So a big question that everyone obviously loves to ask is running an automation agency actually passive? Can I earn passive income from just selling automation services for a monthly subscription or a monthly retainer and I don't have to do anything about it? And I can speak to this because I've been running my own AI automation agency for over 2 years. We're an award-winning agency, which you can see all over here. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And what I've learned in my time running my agency is that the answer to that question just depends. It depends on so many variables. Passive income and a passive business model is not binary. It's not one is active income and one is passive where you don't have to do anything. There's different degrees of passiveness. It's almost like a spectrum. There are some business models that are extremely hands-on. Like if you're running a cleaning company, for example, you have to manage the day-to-day operations of that business. But if you're selling a software, for example, then it's far more passive because once you've sold the software, as long as it does what it intends to do, then your job is done at that point. Now, automations depends on the type of automation that you're selling. So I'll be fully transparent. I have clients which I've closed over 2 years ago, and I haven't spoken to them personally in those 2 years. Now I do have my team that does check-ins with them. There's account management. We do send them checkups like, hey, is everything good? And we send them feedback surveys. But in terms of actual work on that client, we did such a good job at the very beginning on finding such a core critical problem to solve for them that there's genuinely nowhere that they can go. They rely so heavily on my automated system, then that's a client for life. So if you do a very good job with your discovery and the way that you build your solution, then yes, it can be almost 80–90% passive where there's not much work left on your side. However, if you build an automation that is not that necessary, if you're solving priority number 6 or 7 for a business, and then you constantly have to fight to justify why your automation is valuable or it's not producing the results that you intended, then it is not a passive business model. You have to actively fight to justify yourself. So it really depends on you and what you're selling. However, I will say that it is more passive than other business models. I can compare it to SMMA, for example. If you're running a marketing agency, that is something that requires constant attention. You need to be monitoring the ads. You need to be monitoring the budget. You have to make sure that the targeting is working correctly. You need to be updating the copy and creative regularly to stay competitive. You have to monitor your competition. All of those things factored in together make it quite an active business model. Compared to automations where if you do a good job, once you set it up, then it can and it should be running on its own at that point. And that's one of the reasons why I love it. It provides me with that freedom for my time and flexibility. I'm currently in Mexico right now. I could fly here because my business can run without me. It's completely automated. It's on autopilot. I can book a nice villa and film videos because my time for my agency has been freed up, whether that's through automations or delegation with my team. I genuinely believe if I was doing a different business model, if I was doing SMMA, for example, I wouldn't be able to leave. I would have to stay in my office and stay on top of everything and be very focused and dialed in. So if your objective is purely just, I want to find a passive business model, then it doesn't get much better than automations, but it's not going to be 100% passive. So I want you to just manage your expectations. The point of this video was for you to manage your expectations that coming into this, I know a lot of people are going to sell you the dream that once you close a client for a retainer, they're going to be paying you every single month and you never have to talk to them again. That's simply just not going to be the case. However, I don't want to deter you from starting this business model because I don't think that there's anything better in the world for you to start right now. AI is the hottest and biggest trend, and it's not just a trend. This is a revolutionary change that's impacting the workforce, the corporate landscape, the world as we know it in real time. So if you can dedicate the time to master AI, to master automations, to know how to help businesses go from where they are today into the future tomorrow, then you are going to be one of the most successful people over the next 1 to 5 to 10 years. But it requires you to take action, manage your expectations, and put in the work. And if that resonates with you, and if you're somebody who wants to get started in this space and you do not want to waste any more time, then I have a completely free program that you can follow step by step to have you being a successful AI consultant or AI automation agency owner. And you can do that by going to school.com/automate or clicking the first link in my bio. Sign up, it's completely free. You get one-on-one access to me. You can ask me any questions about how I run my agency, how I've been able to do what I do, and I will make sure that you're successful because I want that case study. I want that testimonial that you went through my program and you were successful, and that's a win-win for both of us.